Welcome back to Showtime on Trust TV. This is our interview sit-down session, and we have a filmmaker, a storyteller, and a fierce believer in the power of authenticity and empathy here in the studio. Her journey is stitched with passion, grit, and undeniable talent. She has directed documentaries that provoke, produced series that inspire, and built a company that solves real problems in Nollywood. Today on Showtime, we welcome the one and only creative force, Mnena Akpera. Hi, Mnena.
Hi.
Welcome to the studio. Welcome to the show.
Much. Thank you.
Welcome. It's an honor to have you here with us today.
It's an honor to be here on Showtime.
Thank you. So, we're going to go straight into it because of time.
Yeah.
Personally, I think I can describe your journey as sort of faith-driven because of you started in your church in Benue, and then got a scholarship to study at Multi-Choice Talent Factory, right? So I would like to know, for you, at what point did that storytelling light up in you to say, yes, this is actually what I want to do? And then you can give us like a bit of the background of your journey as well.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I've told the story so many times, and I'm not going to stop saying it because I think that I've not reached the people that need to hear it enough. And I want to thank you for this opportunity to be here to share the story once again. Yeah, it's all started in 2018, but way before that, you know, in those days, you and I know how our mothers take us to church.
Of course.
Yes, if we grew up in a traditional believing home. Yes, so my mom used to take us to church, and, you know, in the drama club, I was part of it. I was very dramatic when it comes to like performing, doing little dramas in church, and then at home, and then in schools. I always loved stages. But I was so intelligent that they moved me to a science class. You know how it goes in schools.
Exactly.
They move all the brilliant ones to A class.
Automatically.
Yes. So not that I didn't want to be a science student. I wanted to be a medical doctor.
Oh.
But as fate would have it, I got into microbiology, where I studied full biology, and then after that I just had the passion to tell documentaries. I wanted to tell the Benue stories. I wanted to show Benue State to the world more than what it is, more than the myth and the illusions that people had. Like, we have so much wealth which is in our food basket, which is in agriculture. Yes, so when the herdsmen issue started back then, so fully as of 2017, 2018, I started documenting a little bit of those clips and putting it together. And then I didn't have the financial capacity or the knowledge so much to actually tell good stories and documentaries, but I was piecing together different ideas. I wanted the world to know that, you know what, we grew up seeing the Benue man and the Fulani man live together, where their dongs are used as fertilizer, and then the Benue man can give the Fulani man food. Like, there was this cohabitation where we shared like homes with them, and then all of a sudden it's fights. All of a sudden there's a propaganda to destroy this unity, because now these are people that have food, and these other people have meat. I know the Benue man likes meat a lot, so that symbiotic relationship was kind of destroyed down the line. Then from there, when I started telling the stories, I got a scholarship to go into Multi-Choice Talent Factory, and that was in 2018. I studied film and television production for 1 year, and it was really a life-changing moment. And after that, I've done so many films and documentaries, and I'm proud to be here to say that it's all courtesy of my parents for standing by me and showing me the right path to go. And thanks to Multi-Choice Talent Factory for impacting so much knowledge. And, you know, as I see, the rest is history.
Yes, exactly. So going to what you said about having a lot of films and documentaries, you know, that you've done. So far, you've done about 16 films and 10 documentaries.
Yes.
Out of all of the projects, which one has challenged you the most emotionally, and then, well, physically as well?
All right. Oh, emotionally.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Emotionally, I would say To Adego with Love.
Okay.
It's not out yet. It's going to be released soon. It challenged me emotionally because we had some financial constraints, and the producer that worked on it, on that project, I was a line producer and I was a production manager, and I was handling the finances and the managerial responsibilities, and then finances was our major problem, and it really affected me, and it affected all of us in the production. But we finished the production, but it strained me emotionally. Yeah. But that's one project I would say I'm really proud of, because it's about, you know, a young man then that was a soldier, fell in love, a Hausa man fell in love with an Igbo girl. Yeah. And it was during, just slightly after the Biafran War. Oh. So it tested me. But I believe that is a project that I cannot wait for it to be out. And so that, let's say emotionally, but it's one of my most proudest projects. Yeah. And then physically, yes, as a producer, you get strained emotionally and physically. Yeah. But there are some projects that are more of emotions than physical. Yeah. The project that I would say stressed me so much physically was The Hair's Driver. Okay. Yes, it's about to be out. And also another project that stressed me out is Wrath and Revenge on Netflix. A spin-off of Sons of the Caliphate. Yeah. Yes, so that was a big project. It was. Yes, and on that project, I was one of the producers and also one of the art directors. So you can imagine the bulk of the work that was on my side. So physically, I was challenged because I had to do so much creatively, you know, helping my boss, Mr. Dimbo Atia, achieve, because he was a production designer on it. So as an art director, you know, you bring to life the vision of the production designer. So it was physically challenging, but I can say when I'm writing my CV, I'm so proud to put it on there. And I know that a lot of people have watched it. Yes, of course. The thing is that I've noticed is that a lot of projects that actually stress us a lot, especially emotionally and physically, always tend to be our best or one of our best works. I don't know why. I don't know. Personally, I don't know why either. But okay, so let's talk about one of your documentaries, The Malady. Yeah. It was one of the top 10 WHO global health documentary. Yeah. So I'd like to ask, what inspired that documentary? How did the idea come about? How did you make it? What were the challenges you faced? And how do you balance, because you talked about, you know, advocacy, trying to bring up Benue to the light for people to see and then understand what actually goes on in the state. Yeah. How do you balance your storytelling with your advocacy? I'm a gender equity filmmaker. And I love to see the beauty in things. I met a woman. She was so optimistic about life. Like, she was very excited, and you know, I look up to people a lot. Like, you know, because as a first child, you know, the people that you look up to are sometimes out of your family or your mother. Exactly. You know, so I met this woman. I was so inspired. I was like looking up to her. I was like, damn, this one is so intelligent. And then all of a sudden, she just said that she's on the 4th stage of cancer. I'm like, I won't be talking if I'm on the 4th stage of cancer. I'm serious. And then she had this positive energy about cancer, saying that it's not a death sentence. I know as a storyteller, you have to tell stories with, if someone says that this is the person optimistic about something, another person will say that the person has given up hope. It doesn't mean that this other person it's not free to be weak. Yeah. You know, it's how it affects you. So when I started off with her story, I realized that a lot of people are dying also, apart from the fact that cancer is such a stringent and expensive sickness. So the financial part of it already is making you die before the sickness itself. So I think that if we ask cancer today that, why are you there? Cancer will be surprised. Like, I'm not the one killing this person. Exactly. The person, the finances, the emotional thrill about it. The people, the caregivers being down, you seeing your person dying, kills people faster than the disease itself. And the woman is still alive because I made a documentary some years ago. But if you watch the documentary, at the end of the that was like a 4-minute submission that I did to WHO. I was just selected. If you watch the full version, one of the woman died, and if you will notice that in her trajectory in the story, she was so down. Like she kept talking about it being the end of her life, and then I went back, some months to go and check in on her, and they just took me to her grave. Okay, now I'm feeling the emotions. I'm feeling sad right now, but I came here in full spirit, but I just wanted to show people that it is about the mind, and I just wanted to also use the documentary to play to the government to subsidize the cost of very expensive illnesses. Because at the end of the day, there are people in the villages that have cancer. There are people in the villages that have thyroidisms. There are people in the village that have goiter. There are people in the villages that have serious issues. So it's not just about people who can afford it. I'm not saying the government is not doing enough, but they have the capacity to do better.
Do more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. So we're going to go on a very quick break, and then when we return, the show will continue. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back. This is still Showtime on Trust TV, and I have been sitting here in the studio with a creative genius, the one and only Mnena. Okay, so we've talked a lot about setting your documentaries and the impact on people and life and advocacy. So now, before we went on a break, you talked about the project where you were art director, producer. So I want to ask you personally now, how do you wear all of these hats and still stay creatively sane? Because just on one project where you're both, art director and producer, I know how hard a producer's job is. I know how hard an art director's job is. Not to talk of when you're merging the both of them and you're overseeing different things at the same time. How do you manage your time, your talent, your ability to be able to do all of these things at the same time and still stay creatively sane? Like I am seeing you right now.
Yes. I think I'm trying to master the cohesion between the creative and the financial.
Okay.
That's totally different.
Yes.
It's like a producer is like an art director fighting a person's self. So I was fighting myself, trying to make sure that the set had everything and trying to contain the budget. Yes. So I believe that's where you're coming from. Yeah. I'm never alone. I always have the right team beside me. Sometimes I feel like people make me shine. I know how to maximize the people around me. And over the years, I've built the right team around me because I feel like you shouldn't just be in a place before things work. On that project, I had like an amazing series producer too, because I was not the only producer. So there was a bit of a lead where I could still be creative and create sets and do all these things and, still come back to my producer cap. So I had the right people around me that helped me and filled in like the gap. Yeah. And let me say I have amazing set designers. I have amazing props people. So before I even get on a job handling these cabs, I plan. I know everything to the T. You know how you do a breakdown, you use movie scheduling, movie magic scheduling app, you use all those apps to, do your schedule. I do my schedule with paper. Like I read this, I scatter it. You go to my room, you see like papers everywhere. So that when I'm talking to the next person, to the artisan that is helping me put a nail, he understands why the nail is there. And then they know that, Madam Mnena knows this thing. You will not go and, that there are some bosses that they don't know what to do, but they want you to do what. they don't know, but I know what I'm telling you to do because I've read script, I've scattered the script, I know dialogues in my head, I know everything. So what I'm asking you to do is just to help me piece it together.
Yeah.
So that was how I was able to manage it. I had the right team, and I make sure that they went through the breakdown that I did. I make sure that I was speaking to them in the language of the script. So I'm not talking to you, in this, I'll call the scene number. You will tell me what is in that scene number.
Yeah.
So everybody that works with me know that, you know what, you have to read the script because we're going to speak script language. So
exactly.
that was how I just surrounded myself with amazing people that made me shine at the end of the day.
Okay, yeah. All right, that's amazing. I'm learning from you right now. If I had a pen and a paper, you would have seen me jotting down points. Yeah. Because and just to say this, between you and I, and maybe any other person that is watching, I also believe in the power of pen and paper.
Yeah,
it is better than any other thing. Yeah. It is way better. But then let's talk about creative hubs. You live in Abuja. You work in Abuja most of the time. Yeah. You live here in Abuja. And one of the things that a lot of people say is that Abuja is not a creative hub. It is not somewhere where creatives thrive. Yeah. You know, you have to be in Lagos. So I want to ask, how have you managed to build such a solid career? Even in the city where every creative is like, okay, I need to leave, I need to get out. How have you managed to do it?
But it's untapped.
Exactly.
It is untapped. And I will not sit here and say that I did it on my own. I'm surrounded by people. When I keep saying this, I'm not alone. You know, I'm surrounded by people that have been doing this before me, and they have held my hands through it all. And for me, I see myself as the next phase of the next big thing. You know,
I can see that.
Yes. So I have people like Ben Peve that have their companies here. I have people like Dimbo Atia. I have all the people that I've worked with closely that when they get jobs, they call me. When I get jobs and I need questions, I call them. And sometimes I won't lie that Lagos is a hub. Go there, get job and come back and do it here. Go there, pick, come back and do it here. So that's a technique. Exactly. And I won't be here to talk about all the amazing things in Abuja because I know producers are watching. They will go and steal this.
Say, okay.
But Lagos is the capital of entertainment, and we cannot deny that. But there is the northern culture. There is the Igbos have held their ground, and they are making the films over there, even if it's not the quality that internationally accepted, but people watch it.
Exactly.
They tell amazing stories, you know, and that's why even in my state, I'm trying to go back, you know, to create, because every state have its finances. Every state has what it can strive on. I don't want to say that our governors are not allocating properly. However, they choose to allocate is their business, but every state have the capacity to make its own, because everybody leaves all the other 35 states to go to Lagos. It's saturated. But if every state invests in their own, and I want to thank Abuja for investing in me, at least giving people and giving me an opportunity to strive, because I was even part of the American Film Showcase where America sponsored training of some filmmakers in Abuja, and I was selected. And I was trained here in Abuja. Things are happening in Abuja. We have the presidency here. Why shouldn't the industry strive? We have NBC here. Why shouldn't the industry strive? You know, apart from the fact that TV stations are getting more of the money because the politicians are here, it's their terrain, you know, but the entertainment industry can strive and is striving, but we need, young people that like us need more help from the government, because we can't do without the government.
Yes.
You see me talking, and I'm very sensitive about talking about the government because I can't do without them. Because no matter what you do, you still go back to them.
Yes.
They own most of the parastatals. They own most of the places that censor your films, you know, all this, and they have the money. The truth is, entertainment in film, if they invest in money, invest in equipment, invest in things that will make filmmakers that are young, that don't have the finances to invest, to take 100 million to put into film, or that, you know, stretch the money into bits, tell the story, because maybe they are looking at the stories that are out there, but the truth is, imagine We have how many languages in Nigeria? Imagine all this language. You give one person in that language an opportunity to produce a film about their history.
Their culture, yeah.
So in your archives, you have 340 something films in the archives talking about their culture. No matter how poorly done it is, but it's documented. In the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, and that's why I'm working on my next documentary that is going to just talk about history, preserve history.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, how many people know about their states?
Yes.
I was talking to a cinema person, and then he asked me a question about somewhere in Nigeria. I said, I don't know, sir. I said, and he told me that you want to make money in film. There's so many untapped stories because nobody knows what it is. I don't think we're here to talk about film business.
No. We're going to. This is a conversation that we're going to have backstage. You know, after all of this, so that we don't get to like, yes, we share that with the world, but not yet.
Not yet. Yes.
Exactly. Not now. We're going to talk about that backstage.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're running out of time. So I'm just going to ask you one last question because during my intro, I talked about you being part of an agency. You know, starting up an agency that is helping solve real film problems. So you founded or co-founded the Real Empire Agency to provide cast and crew solutions across Africa. You know, what was that born out of? Was it personal frustration? Was it the fact that, okay, let's just do something? Or was it because, okay, we're in Abuja, we may not really have that much community here and there, so let me just do this to bring something back into the state?
Frustration first.
Oh, okay.
You know, most ideas are also born out of pain.
Yes.
You know, the fact that you want to make it, so you keep thinking about ideas.
Yes.
You know, I think when I'm broke and hungry, I get to think about so many ideas.
That's the best time.
But out of it, it's about providing solution because Real Empire Agency is a film production agency that provides services in casting and in casting and crewing, where if you need crew members, you can just log on. The website is already out. We've started test running already. I have 3 other partners, and we just want to provide solution. We want to make things easier. The same way you order boat ride and you're here, you can get a car. It's the same way we want you to stay and get vetted crew members, vetted crew members and vetted actors.
Cast,
You know, for now we're going to just start within, you know, West Africa to see how it goes, but we plan on expanding. And we're still like a seed company. You know, we're still pouring in funds and like making like telling people that this is what we're doing. We're here to help you. We're here to make your life easy. Because even as a producer, I get frustrated sometimes when I'm trying to get actors, and then these middlemen just bring people that.
Exactly.
I gave you a brief.
I understand you. Yes.
I gave a brief. Who is this man coming here?
I totally understand.
And then the director is there, frustrated. You're like, Mnena, this. You know how producers and directors can say.
Yeah, of course.
Producer, I told you exactly what I want.
Yes. I understand you.
But we're here just to provide solution for people in tech. So we're a film tech company. So it's an app. It's going to be an app soon, but I just want to start with a website to see how it's received.
The engagement and everything.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We've run out of time. I wish we could sit down and talk about a lot of other things, but we're going to have time backstage. But thank you so much for coming. It's been my pleasure. It's been wonderful. I've learned a lot from you within this few minutes. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been Showtime. My name is still Chimelli. Join us again, same time next week for another thrilling episode.